What's up guys, and welcome back to WBC Builds, and welcome to part 3, the final part for our May edition of the server update tour. So far we've seen quite a lot across the world, all of Whiteburg and some sections of Europa, but today we finish up round here in Rome, Hoogedam and Oostende, so join me as I start out on the high seas. So guys, here you are finding me out here on the high seas on one of the Italian Navy's finest vessels. This is the liner known as the S.S Cesare. I believe that's how you pronounce it, and this is Wobex's first creation, I think it is, in this style. So ocean liners are always something that look amazing in Minecraft. I don't know why it is, well I do know why it is, because HoloG produced an absolutely incredible video on how to build ocean liners. I'm going to link it in the description below. It's a really good step-by-step guide on how you would go about building your own one when compared to the sort of techniques he shows you. I believe that's what Wobex tried here, and he took it and made an absolutely masterpiece, and I cannot believe we have such incredible ocean liners on here. Oh, I think these guys have just fallen overboard. Maybe Duncan's waiting to do the whole Titanic scene with me here. Or this is looking a bit intimidating. My heart will go on and all of that jazz, but yeah. So I can't wait to probably have a nice cinematic of just sort of going around the world and seeing all of the ocean liners that we have here. Just look at this place. There's so much little bits of detail. Oh, if we try and take a walk on the docks here. So this is a great little tip actually. Using honey boxes or whatever they're called. What are they called? Beehives. Beehives make a really good flooring pattern when you place them on the top like that. And a way to hide little lights like this is just underneath pieces of oak pressure plates, which I think work really well. So when you're strolling along the high seas out here, you can see yourself lounging around here on one of these sun lounges, catching a few rays or just enjoying yourself. Guys, this is opulence. This is what you expect on an Edwardian server like ours. Yeah, I know I've always structured it as a Victorian one, but it's definitely more of an Edwardian server. What else have we got going on around here? So let's try and find the actual bridge of... Ooh, this is quite cool. This is like a little crow's nest type area. Or would we have a main crow's nest somewhere? I don't really know. Where is the bridge? Definitely not at the stern of the boat. I think it's all the way up here at the front. Here it is. And the captain himself on here. Ooh. Now this is very good. It's got that nice heavy wood feel to it, which is what you expect when you walk inside an Edwardian ocean liner. Big ocean wheel here, a couple more wheels down here, and these little handles for you to go full steam ahead, Captain Scott. And I don't know why I said it in a Scottish accent then, but yeah. So Wobex, great stuff. I'm actually in awe. I could stand here all day looking around this place. Really great ship. I think we have another boat of yours to look at later on, so we'll leave that until we see your town. So it's time to warp on over now to Roma. Let's go see what Wobex and Bubex have been doing over there. So we're here in Rome now. Let's take a quick look at the map to see what's going on. And as you can see, there is a lot of planning happening. And what you can't see, but what I can slightly see, is the building of interest today, the Royal Palace. Let's go take a look at that. I believe it's behind those trees over there. So we run on down this way, past what will be a really nice river at some point. We have the Royal Palace, the first residence of, well, the official residence of Wob Wob the First, who is the current ruler of Rome. Really nice gardens going on here. This is something I don't do enough, and it's something I probably should champion a bit more. Making little flower patterns that work really well, especially when you have shaders on. They give it a nice little bit of depth and detail. Looking at the palace itself then, we're going to walk on up so you can see it in all its glory. Lots of window designs here, nice use of diorite walls there to give it the column effect, and you've got that really nice sort of circular convex in the centre there where the main window is. As you can see, there's a couple of pillboxes out the front there which are holding the guards of the royal palace. They look pretty cool actually, and yeah, this transition between a sort of nice sandstone path and then this older path here, that was really smooth. I didn't notice that, but I thought that was a really nice impression. It just changed the way you view the building as well, because it suddenly goes to a grey and everything up here lightens up. That's my interpretation of what's going on there. I think it may just be my eyes. So let's go take a look inside. I think Wobex has been quite busy in here. I know he likes to do his interiors. Yes, look at this. Oh, this is proper opulence. There's a courtyard as well. Before we go inside, yeah, there's a couple of courtyards. Oh, this is nice. So this has got a really nice Baroque feel to it, even though it's a bit more simpler, a bit more Italian, probably even Palladian, I would say. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong with any of those styles. I have just rattled off a few in my head. So let's go on inside here and see what's up. I'm guessing this is going to be the throne room. So I know that Wobex has based this on that palace that everyone knows as the Palace of Naboo in Star Wars, and it's just got granite everywhere. So cast your minds to Battlefield 2 or even the actual films from Phantom Menace, and you'll remember what the throne room and what the rooms inside the Palace of Naboo looked like. And this is those. Ooh, what's going on here? Tour group. Oh man, that's really cool. I like how you've got one guy just sort of staring off over here, waiting to look into your soul. Oh, that's an interesting one. I think there's another tour going on as well currently. There seems to be people just running around the place. What's really nice about this as well is these long corridors, decorated and coloured. Do you know what, Bobex? Do you know what? This is starting to give me the itch. And I've never had this itch before. I could probably need to go to the doctors, but to build interiors. So maybe soon I will start building some proper interiors. But anyway, this is cool. What's round this way? Ooh, another little room. Some stuff going on there at the roof. Lovely. And that's what I like about these palaces from this time period. You have the corridors that run along the windows, then you have the internal corridors as well. And it doesn't really give you much privacy, but it does give you a nice impression of the place. Now, I wonder if there's a throne room we've missed. Let's run them back down this corridor here. Just look at the views. I say, just look at the views. Look at my face. No, don't look at my face. Just past this. Get out of the way. And we got some rooms going off this way? No, probably not. I think that's probably the entirety of this place. Unless... Ooh, it may be something... No, there isn't. Wow, Wobex, this place is incredible, and I'm gobsmacked. Can I employ you to build some palaces? We may be building a parliament soon. But that's a secret that no one else knows about yet, so don't tell anyone, guys, yet. Anyway, so it's time to move on now to another ship built by Wobex. This episode is just literally Wobex everywhere, so let's go see the Papal Yacht. So since the actual Italian Empire is ruled by the Papal Father, this is his private yacht. I'm not allowed on board, although there seems to be people over there, so we may sneak off over in that direction. But first of all, a word from our sponsor. This video is not sponsored, I'm not being paid for this, but still, why don't you guys come over and join the CDP? 80% off currently. Make sure you get in there before all the tickets sell out and before all the pineapple supplies runs out as well. Anyway, that's a lovely little advert from our sponsor there. So this place is another incredible ship. I think the details on this are probably outweighing the ones on the large ocean liner just because of the small scale of it. But what are really cool are these little sort of funnels or these things that you always see on these ships at these time period. I can't remember what they are. They may be just sort of like air, ways to get air down below deck. Ventilation, that's the word. But here is the Pope Mobile, or the early 20th century version of that. I guess it's being transported off to wherever we are. Where are we currently? Nowhere, just out in the middle of the sea. We haven't actually named our seas yet, so if anyone can think of the name of the sea between White Sea Island and Europa, then leave it below in the comments. That'd be quite a nice way of doing that. But you can see there is just lots of stuff going on here. Should we go below decks? The black wall tricked me again. What? Am I that blind? Probably. The rest of this place is just, again, a lovely build. Really take note on some of these details, like the anchor there, using anvils, hoppers, and a cauldron along with the black stone walls there. I think that's a I've never seen that done before. I don't see much ships. But for me, one of my challenges this year, or in the coming months, is to build a steamer, a paddle steamer over in Wolverhampton. We'll do that one day soon. Unfortunately, I don't think it's done yet. No, we can't show you it just yet. But yeah, so that's that beautiful, beautiful ship. Another one of Wobex's beautiful buildings. Before we head on over to someone else, it's time to see more of Wobex's builds. This is Stupinigi Palace. That's not how you say it, but that's how I'm saying it. Let's go take a look at that. So you know when I mentioned in part 1 that we'll be doing a Summer Games at some point this year, Wobex took it upon himself to go out and build a venue for one of the Summer Games, which would be flower arranging. Now this is known as a hunting lodge. What you can see behind me, I wouldn't call a lodge. I wouldn't even call hunting, although there is a deer on top of it. This is a palace built for one of the kings of Europa, or sorry, of Italia, and it is used as their hunting residence. Just take a look at the map for a second. Just take a look at the map and take it all in. This is an incredible structure and absolutely beautifully executed by Webex. I like how around this side it's all brick. It gives you that proper impression that it's only the facing sides that are actually covered. Lovely, lovely Portland stone or whatever it is round here. Come round the side. Oh yeah, red brick just hiding way back here. And the service vehicles and all of that. Take note on that, guys. That is how you build a bit of realism and life into your buildings. Now, before we go all the way around the back of the building, we should probably go take a look in the front with the rest of the tour group, who seem to have all arrived here in one car and stopped very quickly here at an approach that they've ripped up the gravel. So we've got these lovely gates here made out of raw iron, and I really like the way you've done those with the blackstone in there as well. That gives it a different colour. But then you've got this nice different sort of gold gelding on the front here, which would be the symbol for, I'm sure, the papal state in there. Now, I'm obviously avoiding looking at the main building just because it is so beautiful. You built this in a day or two, didn't you? That's incredible again. So the whole thing's at an angle, well, several angles, as you can see. It's just a mirror either side. But honestly, this place, it captivates me to go, wow, I cannot wait to do our summer games here. So we're venturing on inside, and I, as always, Webex, you surprised me that the fact you've built an entire interior with dripping with detail, and that roof. Can I just implore you to build everything for me? And then we come out here into the main gardens, and I think this is probably where the flower arranging event will take place, over in these beautiful gardens. So we've got going on here some nice little topiary around here, and then we have at the back a bit more of a wild garden, and you've got these paths that go on through the flowers. Now, when Webex shared his pictures on this, I was like, oh, I wonder if this path does go off into the trees, and I can confirm it goes off into the trees. And I can now wander out here and say our goodbyes. Right, well, that's enough of Webex. I think we've seen all of his builds for now. It's time to go look over in Oostende and see what Ozzy has been up to. That was a little bit close. Right, let's go over there. Okay, so we're back on the mean streets of Oostende, and I'm currently walking along Koningslaan, which I think is English for, Flemish for Queen's Lane. Now, Ozzy has been working on these townhouses here, this eclectic collection of townhouses. Again, you just build such beautiful stuff, don't you, Ozzy? So many details in here. So we've got this one here, which has taken my fancy quite a bit, mainly for the use of the glazed terracotta as little details above and below the windows. Really nice little detail that. I think, Ozzy, you just king at using random blocks to do things like this. The cool little gardens out the front as well. You got the small little areas under there for the below floor section, and this is okay. Those are words I can't say. What is? How do you even pronounce that? Immobilent? Or no, let's not go along that line of trying to pronounce that. But that's a really cool little garden, little sunken one down here. Imagine that. You're just sort of in your house, and that's a nice little doorway. I didn't realise what that was then. So these are debugged walls to allow a bit of that to show through. But that's taken me by surprise. Anyway, my little skit I was doing. So you come down here, you go, ooh, and then somebody throws something into you, and you're like, oh no. Yeah, that's a thing. This is also a thing. Hello? I'm not sure this animal is this animal okay? to me it looks like it's got its mouth just gaping open like this, let's close that up. But that's a nice little wagon design. I'm always looking for wagon designs just as a thing to do because I never really have enough. Oh, we've employed some Wobexes to deliver stuff off of these wagons. Hey, that's really cool. A more nice collection of townhouses here along the street as well, and one of your beautiful cars taking some passengers around the place who are carrying frogs. Get out of here. So we've got a few other little things to look at. I'm just going to walk down the mean streets. I don't know why I'm calling it the mean streets. Like your cobblestoning as well, you've gone for just a collection of mainly dead coral, which I think works really well. I've gone for a collection of dead coral with a bit of gravel mixed in. I think that one is a nice little design as well. Yeah, these buildings are cool. These buildings are really cool, Ozzy. You've got a good town going on here, I'm not going to lie. I like that view at the back there. What I did notice you say earlier on this week as well is you finished both blocks of townhouses now. So you've got gardens and buildings along both sides. So this place is really starting to come to life. If we have a quick look at the map, you can see what it's starting to look like. Hey, that's really cool. So I think on the other side of the road here is the that one there. Yeah, that one there. This is Hoogerdam Lane with the trams along it. Hey, they're really cool. So I remember before we saw them as diagonals over there by the Pleasure Palace, I think it was. Stop using that word. That's not what the place is called. The Palace of Entertainment. There we go. And these look really cool now. They're on not a diagonal, so I think that's a good little job there. What else we've got going on? These townhouses, quite a eclectic collection again. I like the way you use warped wood for you is like sort of catnip, isn't it? You use it everywhere. This is where we were last time when we saw the Ender Portal ones, and we come around this corner now. I mean, it's just warped wood central. Yeah, look at that. That's nice. That's really nice. This is really nice. Everything's nice. Just enjoy it all. We're getting quite manic now. Aussie, good stuff. I think it's time probably to head on over to Hoogedam and see what's been going on there. Duncan has been busy, although I think we have a castle to go see first. So let's have a little look at that. So welcome to Castle de Haar, the biggest medieval castle in the Netherlands from the 15th century, and it was only finished in 1910 or along the sort of server lines. Look at that, very spiky, isn't it? This is really cool. I've seen castles like this before where it is all just made out of red brick rather than what you expect castles to be made out of, which is stone and all that. So we've got the flagpole here flying the flag of the United Lowlands, obviously. I like the little details you've done there. I tend to just do my flags all one colour, as in one block, but you've gone for a collection of colours there and a collection of blocks, which is a good little touch. So what we've got going on around here? Well, we have a very large castle. As you can see, it sits entirely within a moat. Now, this is what you find with a lot of chateau castles. This one is kind of like a chateau. You can see where it's got the French influences in it. Now, I wonder if there's anything inside. Let's walk on up to the front door here. Oh, I like the way you've used this. This is really quite medieval. In Tudor England, we see a lot of tiles on the ground, and I think that's the same effect there. As you can tell, there is nothing inside. I think the front doors are closed. So let's take a little wander around the back here and see what else is going on. What we haven't seen yet, actually, is the entrance gate. So this is where you come in. You go over one moat. You come around the corner, you go over the second moat, through what is quite an arguably very nice gatehouse, actually. Twin towered, sort of fairy tale-esque. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Oh, we got a little gallery up here as well. Interesting stuff there. Then you come on into this little island area here, and to get into the other castle you have to go over another bridge. So that's like you have to go over 3 bridges if you come this way into the castle. So what we got going on here is probably some sort of service quarters, or maybe even just an outhouse, like for a kitchen or something. Oh, we have a well here. So yeah, I think this is the kitchen garden. That's a cool little well design. That's really quite nice. That's like a proper Renaissance style one. You can see Duncan's using his techniques of using World Edit there to get those buttons on top. Let's wander on through this way here. We've got some nice sort of medieval stuff going on with the eclectic window collections. Yes, eclectic is the word of the day for me. Make it your word of the day, and I was not expecting to see that. Wow, these copper beeches. Oh, Duncan, I have never seen someone build trees like this before. That's I'm gonna have to stop and look at that for a bit. It was the way that you came out of here and you couldn't see them at first, and then it was just a wow. The scenery changed, the colour changed. Lovely. Take note on that one. So we're round in the main gardens before we see the rest of the house, and I've got to say, oh my god, that is gorgeous. Oh wow. So the ironwork around here is nice. The garden work is even better. You've got the little swirls, the fleur-de-lis there, and the statues in the middle. And then we have the iron workings over here. Hello, Doctor Who again. And the statue in the centre. So you guys have been, it's just been incredible the last month on here. This isn't the end yet, but I was just sort of reminiscing while walking through the gardens. Little robins everywhere, and more little flowers and that. Then a raised section of the garden where it's just been ploughed over, waiting to be planted with something else. So we'll come on around the back of the castle now. I want to show you guys the rest of it. Yeah, look at that. That's really cool. All at strange angles. You've got what looks like cracks in the roof there as well, which is quite a cool little feature. And this area here, which we haven't looked at yet, this little connecting bridge. Let's have a proper little gander around here. What's going on then? Can we get through? Well, we can't get through, but what we can do is place barrels back terribly. I'm so sorry, Duncan. And let's have a look at this place. Yes, that's a nice little covered walkway across the moat and into the main castle itself. Oh, Duncan, this is really cool. Great job. I'm fortunate you didn't have a time, did you, to finish it before the competition ended? But if it went in there, I'm sure it would have come quite high up in the rankings. Great stuff. Right, I think there's places to go see in Hoogedam, including the first cinema on the server. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, so you find me in Hoogerdam over here by the Marine Warehouse. So this was used mainly as a place to restore boats when they've come back from missions as part of the East Indian companies owned by the Dutch. Now, I believe this was built by TM before he vanished from the server. Maybe he'll be back one day. We live in hope. But anyway, this place is built entirely at 45 degrees and I feel your pain there, sir. Duncan has brought it into this world and he has spruced it up, settled it in the right place and put some boats out round by it. That's a really cool looking boat. I think, as I've read my little cheat sheet over here, one of these is actually one of the docking areas for the original Dutch East India companies. And these are clippers that would have been used by them. So the building itself is just incredible. I love buildings that have been built entirely at a diagonal because it's really hard to do. And we've got a little boat down here with someone sitting in, little tender. We've got some areas around here to start reloading ships again. Yeah, this is really cool. So in my sort of town as well, I want to be building areas like this, reticulating yards, and they're used as a way of replenishing boats that are used as the navy. Lovely little courtyard inside as well. We've got some statues going on here. Oh. So some of you probably won't remember TM, but he was on the server. He will be remembered. He will be back one day, I'm sure. There's a really fitting little statue to him here. That's brought a tear to my eye. He was great. He was great. He is great. He's still around somewhere. But anyway, before we get too soppy, let's go back over into the main town. Duncan's been working on the layout, and I believe he's built a brand new bank in the centre. So let's take a quick look at our map, and we can see Hoogedam itself is huge, and the area around here is where we've just been in the docks. But where we want to go now is over here in the centre. So let's quickly teleport over there. Right, so we're in the centre of town. I think we've got some lovely little buildings going on around here. And then this over here, Duncan is leading the way now, is the main new bank that he's built. Oh, that's a really nice neo-Baroque style building with a big dome on top. Reminds me of like a Harrods type building in London. Yeah, that's cool. I like these types of buildings. Big wide windows, lots of stuff going on under here. We've got some really interesting shapes in here. Yeah, Duncan, that's great. Sort of reminds me of that bank I built some time ago back in Wolverhampton that sat on the corner. Corner banks are just so cool. I'm going to have to revive that one at some point. What we got going on here then? This is the name of the road that I cannot pronounce because it's in Dutch. What else do we have? So we have the movies to go take a look at. Let's wander on down this street here. Now in the main square. We've been here a few times before and there's lots going on. So he's started to move things around. I think that hotel, which was the white building over there, was originally on this corner, but he's moved it out the way now to start putting something else in there. I'm just about to find out where that cinema was. I think I spy it. These are quite cool. I just noticed these little bollards around here. Interesting little details. Again, let's move on across to this side of town. So here we have it. This used to be a theatre, but then in 1912 it opened as a cinema. This is the first cinema in the whole world we've got, and they're showing Dutch programs. Okay, we'll see what's going on inside here. I like the foyer. Yes, this has got that sort of cinema feel to it. Excuse me. Yes, I'll take a ticket. I'll take something. What am I throwing at you? There we go. Piece of sponge. I work for the CDP. You guys know me. Right, up we go, and then down we go again. Oh, this is really cool. I like little foyers. I like buildings where you can start to see other buildings through the windows of it. Yeah, look at that. Down we go again, and then around this corner, and here we are in the cinema. Oh, okay, it seems to be something already started. Let's take a seat at the front. Do you know what? I'm not too happy with this performance. I think we're going to put an end to it. Boo! Get off the stage! Boo! Okay, well, anyway, that was great. That was a really poor performance there, but this place is cool. It's got that nice sort of moving into an Art Deco kind of vibe about it, Art Nouveau sort of stuff. Oh god, he's being really pelted with snowballs there. We should leave before it gets a little bit too nasty, I think. So guys, that has been the May edition of the server update tour. Thank you all for sticking through all 3 parts of this. As you can see, there has been so much to show off, and to be honest, I didn't want to rush any of it. I feel like the last couple of episodes were a bit rushed, but these ones have felt a lot better in pacing wise. But let's stand here on the edge of this canal, or maybe in the canal because I haven't stopped walking, and say our goodbyes. So guys, remember, get inspired, get building, and I'll see you next month with a special server update tour where we look back at what's happened over the last 12 months, because it's been 1 year in June since I started doing these, so I can't wait to show you some special stuff there. Anyway guys, I'll see you next time.